अध्यात्मविद्या विद्यानां वादः प्रवदतामहम् अक्षराणामकारोऽस्मि द्वन्द्वः सामासिकस्य च अहमेवाक्षयः कालः धाताहं विश्वतो मुखः मृत्युः सर्वहरश्चाहम् उद्भवश्च भविष्यताम्
या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला
कीर्तिश्रीर्वाक्च
या
नारीणाम्
शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या
स्मृतिर्मेधा धृतिः क्षमा
वीणाम्बरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या
बृहत्साम तथा साम्नाम्
ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा
गायत्री
वन्दिता सा मां
छन्दसामहम्
पातु सरस्वती भगवती
मासानां
निःशेषजाड्यापहा।
मार्गशीर्षोऽहम् ऋतूनां कुसुमाकरः द्यूतं चलयतामस्मि तेजस्तेजस्विनामहम् जयोऽस्मि व्यवसायोऽस्मि सत्त्वं सत्त्ववतामहम् वृष्णीनां वासुदेवोऽस्मि पाण्डवानां धनञ्जयः मुनीनामप्यहं व्यासः कवीनामुशना कविः दण्डो दमयतामस्मि नीतिरस्मि जिगीषताम् मौनं चैवास्मि गुह्यानां ज्ञानं ज्ञानवतामहम् यच्चापि सर्वभूतानां बीजं तदहमर्जुन न तदस्ति विना यस्त्यात् मया भूतं चराचरम् नान्तोऽस्ति मम दिव्यानां विभूतीनां परन्तप एष तु उद्देशतः प्रोक्तः विभूतेर्विस्तरो मया यद्यद्विभूतिमत्सत्त्वं श्रीमदूर्जितमेव वा तत्तदेवावगच्छत्वं मम तेजोंशसम्भवम् अद्वेष्टा सर्वभूतानां मैत्रः करुण एव च निर्ममो निरहङ्कारः समदुःखसुखक्षमी सन्तुष्टः सततं योगी यतात्मा दृढनिश्चयः मय्यर्पितमनो बुद्धिः यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यस्मान्नो द्विजते लोकः लोकान्नो द्विजते च यः हर्षामर्षभयोद्वेगैः मुक्तो यः स च मे प्रियः अनपेक्षः शुचिर्दक्षः उदासीनो गतव्यथः सर्वारम्भपरित्यागी यो मद्भक्तः स मे प्रियः यो न हृष्यति न द्वेष्टि न शोचति न काङ्क्षति शुभाशुभपरित्यागी भक्तिमान्यः स मे प्रियः समशत्रौ च मित्रे च तथा मानापमानयोः शीतोष्णसुखदुःखेषु समः सङ्गविवर्जितः तुल्यनिन्दास्तुतिर्मौनी सन्तुष्टो येन केनचित् अनिकेतस्थिरमतिः भक्तिमान् मे प्रियो नरः ये तु धर्म्यामृतमिदं यथोक्तं पर्युपासते श्रद्धदानमत्परमाः भक्तास्तेतीव मे प्रियाः। ॐ तत्सदिति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे भक्तियोगो नाम 12ोऽध्यायः। सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वा सर्वपापेभ्यः मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। विधिहीनमसृष्टान्नं मन्त्रहीनमदक्षिणं श्रद्धाविरहितं यज्ञं तामसं परिचक्षते। देवद्विजगुरुप्राज्ञ पूजनं शौचमार्जवम् ब्रह्मचर्यमहिंसा च शारीरं तप उच्यते। अनुद्वेगकरं वाक्यं सत्यं प्रियहितं च यत् स्वाध्यायाभ्यसनं चैव वाङ्मयं तप उच्यते। मनःप्रसादः सौम्यत्वं मौनमात्मविनिग्रहः भावसंशुद्धिरित्येतत् तपोमानसमुच्यते। श्रद्धया परया तप्तं तपस्तत्त्रिविधं नरैः अफलाकाङ्क्षिभिर्युक्तैः सात्विकं परिचक्षते। सत्कारमानपूजार्थं तपोदम्भेन चैव यत् क्रियते तदिह प्रोक्तं राजसं चलमध्रुवम्। मूढग्राहेणात्मनो यत् पीडया क्रियते तपः परस्योत्सादनार्थं वा तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्। दातव्यमिति यद्दानं दीयतेनुपकारिणे देशे काले च पात्रे च तद्दानं सात्विकं स्मृतम्। यत्तु प्रत्युपकारार्थं फलमुद्दिश्य वा पुनः दीयते च परिक्लिष्टं तद्दानं राजसं स्मृतम्। आदेशकाले यद्दानम् अपात्रेभ्यश्च दीयते असत्कृतमवज्ञातं तत्तामसमुदाहृतम्। ॐ तत्सदिति निर्देशः ब्रह्मणस्त्रिविधः स्मृतः ब्राह्मणास्तेन वेदाश्च यज्ञाश्च विहिताः पुरा।
या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिर्देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Namaskar. Uh, Mauna or silence generally means absence of talk. But today I am going to talk on Mauna. This is Vadato Vyadhata. It sounds contradictory. Anyway, let us see what it means. But before that, I would like to thank the organizers of Vivekananda Prabodhini for giving me this opportunity to present my thoughts. I start by paying my obeisance to Sri Ganesha, Sri Sharada, and you, the audience, Jagadisha Swarupa. Mauna is a word. Next slide, please. Mauna is a word derived from the root mana, that is Pratham Gan Parasmay Pad. It means to be proud, to worship, to think. Alternately, from Mana, fourth and eighth Gana Atmanepada, it means to think, believe, suppose, imagine, fancy, etc. The meanings of Mana are various and are modified according to the word with which it is attached. For example, Bahumana. Bahumana means to show a lot of respect. Laghumana, it means to show a scanty respect. Anyathamana, it means to think otherwise. Sadhumana, to admire. Asadhumana, to not admire. Abhimana, to be proud of, etc. Now, munehe bhavaha maunam. Maunam is thinking, meditation, intelligence. Muni is the one who thinks and is intelligent. Mananat Munireva. Muni is so called because of Manana. Now, in English, the word Mauna, the word Mauna is translated as silence. Next slide. But Mauna is different from silence. As we can see, Abhinaya is translated in English as acting. But acting is not same as Abhinaya. Abhinaya means much more than just acting. Now here I will be dealing with silence as well as Mauna, considering their meanings in both the languages, English and Sanskrit. Let us see first what silence means. The dictionary meaning are abstinence from speech or noise, that is being silent. Not to talk is abstinence from speech. Then non-betrayal of secret, that is not to betray a secret. Not mentioning a thing, it is used in ways like the silence of scripture on a particular subject. Silence gives consent. Silence could also mean to give consent. If somebody makes a statement, you don't refute that, you don't argue with that, but you keep silence. That means you give consent, you agree with the statement. Silence is golden. It is said to be golden. Keep or break silence. Silence can be kept or broken. Put to silence. Put to silence could mean to refute, especially in argument, etc. All this is abstinence from speech. Now, the second meaning is absence of sound, that is, stillness in silence, without speech or other sound. Oblivion, state of not being mentioned, is to consign it to oblivion. Nashtapraya, have passed into silence. Silence as an order to cease from speech or noise. In court, we see When all the people are making noise, talking to each other, the judge says silence, silence. It means absence of sound. That is silence. Absence of sound. Make silence by force in argument, etc. According to Daniel Marks, an American scholar, the silence is absolute and the noise is relative. There is one kind of silence, but many kinds of degrees of noise. The relation between the silence and the noise is not just a kind of relation between the opposites, but between presence and absence of something. Silence, in contrast with noise, is more than just absence of speech. It is a state not of a speaker but can be of nature itself, which results from absence of noise, like absence of noise created by machinery, flowing water, chirping of birds, rustling of leaves, and so on. Here the noise was there, but then it stops. This is an environmental phenomenon. This is silence. It is not just absence of speech. We observe silence for 1 minute or 2 minutes as a respect to a departed soul. This is a kind of respect to the departed soul. Here, this period of time in which everyone stops talking as a sign of honor and respect to the someone, some person who has died. Noble silence. Next slide, please. Noble silence means, next slide. Noble silence means not to manifest any feelings by way of speech or even though through non-verbal behavior like touching hand or just tapping on shoulder, etc. We will discuss this again later. The word mute also means silence. The word mute also means silence. It seems to imply that the speaker, due to some extraneous agency, is rendered speechless. This outside force can be political or social taboo, religious norm or repression per se, or it can be the result of some extraordinary experience, shocking or otherwise, which the speaker cannot give words to. It happens when you see some shocking thing, you go into you stop talking, you become mute. That is also a silence. Mute also means one does not who it means one who does not speak. That is mooka. You remember mukam karoti vachalam. That is mooka, but the person who is mute. A person who is deaf is generally mute. He is mute because he has not heard. That is why he is mute. He is not dumb. Generally, people say deaf and dumb. No, deaf is not dumb. Deaf is mute. Mute also means lowering a sound of instrument like mobile phone, etc. This is silent. There is silence in arts. In poetry, the blank spaces on a printed page are silence. They are to be interpreted by the reader, that is, reading in between the lines. In music, the interval between the sounds is silence. One cannot conceive music without the role of silence. Giselle Brelet, another scholar, says that sound is an event. Sound is an event by which silence is broken. The sound also ends in silence. The sound also ends in silence. The paintings communicates very many ideas silently. You must have seen sometimes the same painting is interpreted differently by different people. Silent act appeals to the spirit rather than to the mind, and the speech forms appeal to our mind, our thought, and to our reasoning power. S.N. Ganguly, a scholar, says silence is a way of communication. Silence is a way of communication, but it is different from any kind of language. It is purifying and emptying the mind of verbalism and not simply absence of speech. He also says that silence is the limit. Silence is the limit of our world of description or language. It is beautifully said that while describing Brahma in Taittiriya Upanishad, Yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa sah anandam brahmano vidwan na bibheti kadachana. The mind and speech return without reaching him. The one who gets this Brahmananda is not afraid of anything in this world. Na bibheti kadachana. That is in Brahmavalli, mantra 37. In relation with language, next slide. In relation with language, if silence is absence of speech, it can be deliberate shunning of the usage of words or avoidance of the use of words. Deliberate shunning of the words, usage of words, or avoidance of the use of words. Silence need not be only verbal. Silence need not be only verbal, but could also be a written silence. Thus, silence is so rich a concept that it cannot be limited to any one discipline like linguistics, philosophy, psychology. It cuts across the boundaries of such divergence. In one situation, it is a state of absence of words, in another, absence of noise, in yet another, the very mechanism of thinking. Next slide. Now, let us see what Mauna is. The etymology and the meaning of the word we have seen earlier. There could be different kinds of Mauna. There is a community where Mauna is observed by a group of people collectively engaged in religious worship. In fact, every religious scripture prescribes observance of Mauna in some way. Ekadashi in month of Margashirsha is termed as Mauni Ekadashi. Mauni Ekadashi. On this day, people are expected to observe Mauna. This is a personal Mauna. About personal Mauna, tradition says उच्चारे मिथुने चैव प्रस्रावे दन्तधावने स्नाने भोजनकाले च षट्सु मौनं समाचरेत्. A person, it means a person should not talk. That means observe personal mauna in following conditions. That is, while brushing teeth, while taking bath, while in toilet, while eating, and while copulating. Even before he talks, he should observe mauna for some time at least. That is, to think over the matter he is going to talk. Very beautifully said. The purpose of this is to control the speech. Personal mauna allows God to speak directly to the heart. With the passage of time, it penetrates the mind and heart, and the person becomes silent within. He becomes silent within. This happens in Namasmaranam. We know Valya Koli, who followed this way of Mauna and turned himself into a great sage, Valmiki. Arya Mauna. Let us see what Arya Mauna is. That is noble silence. Is different from just absence of speech. There is no communication whatsoever, even with eyes or touch or just tapping on the shoulder, anything, nothing. The vocal activity. Now, why it is called noble or Arya, I'll just explain. The vocal activity needs initial application of mind. Arya Mauna ensures that these two activities are stopped. The introspection begins with which helps sadhaka to realize truth. He becomes silent within. This is observed in vipassana. Visheshena pashyati iti vipassana. As the sadhaka goes deeper and deeper into the meditation, it helps him increase his mental immunity. This further increases his physical immunity, because physical immunity depends on psychological immunity. Psychosomatic diseases are prevented by psychological immunity, and a person becomes healthy and happy. Most of the diseases which we suffer from are because of lack of mental immunity, or less mental immunity, I should say. The Hatha yogis never fall sick. Have you ever seen Hatha yogi falling sick? No. He has very great mental immunity. Even if he falls sick, he cures himself very fast. Mauna may also be a way of communication. Out of the four types of vak, that is para, pashyanti, madhyama, and vaikhari. Vaikhari expresses the thoughts of the mind outward. The process of thought is karana, cause, and vaikhari is the karya, effect. For every effect, there has to be a cause. Here, karana, thought is the karana, and vaikhari is the karya, effect. In absence of shabda or dhvani, thoughts in mind will not be expressed, although they are there in the mind. But there is absence of shabda or dhvani, so you cannot express them outward. This is abhashanam. This is abhashanam. But if the thought itself is not generated in the mind, thought itself is not generated in the mind, what will happen? The karana, cause of our vaikhari, does not exist. This is mauna. And the Arya Mauna ensures that. It has been said through the ages that certain features of true human experiences and thinking cannot be fully expressed, at least in the language ordinarily used. In that case, Mauna is a genuine mode of communication. Mauna is a genuine mode of communication when you cannot express your thoughts in ordinarily used language. The world is huge, Vistruta. Vikaras change, are seen in all beings. But the Karana or origin of such a Vistruta world is difficult to explain in words. This makes one a vak, speechless. This is, we have seen while describing Brahma in Taittiriya Upanishad. Yato vacho nivartante. The vak comes back, person becomes speechless. Now let us see what is Buddha's silence. Buddha silence is well known. After the enlightenment of Buddha, his disciples asked him questions, and some of them he did not answer. He observed Mauna. These are Buddha's unanswered questions or Anuttarit Prashna. Anuttarit Prashna. It is possible that Buddha himself wanted to fully absorb the newly found enlightenment, that is Adhyatma Samprasada or inner tranquility, which he had attained through intense meditation. He probably found that his disciples were not in a state to grasp the meaning of his answers. Also, people were too obsessed with their physical desires to pay any attention to higher truths about reality which Buddha had found. Buddha was aware that what he had acquired as a result of enlightenment was too subtle and profound for the ordinary intellect and capacity of common people, especially so as they were not exposed to the doctrine which was fine, against the stream, and hard to see. Buddha's avoidance of certain questions is called silence of Buddha. Its silent response has been as fruitful as his utterances in the production of philosophies and theologies. Mauna is an experience. Santa Suradasa, he was blind. He had not seen the world. Pleased with his hard penance, God appeared in front of him and gave him eyes to see the world. But Suradasa declined politely. He said, now that he had seen the God, the ultimate reality, he had no need to see the world. For a person who is one with the Brahma Tattva, the ultimate reality does not need to see or to talk. He does not want to use the Vani. He becomes one with Brahma Tattva, that is Advaita. There is no Bheda between the two. In such a state of mind, a person finally attains bliss, which is too beautiful for words and too full for speech, irrespective of any religious tradition. On the other hand, the social interaction is Vyavahara. Vyavahara is Bhedadishtita. In Vyavahara, there is Indriya and Vishaya Samparka. Indriya and Vishaya Samparka, that is a contact between the sensory organ and the subject. When this Samparka ceases, it is Viveka. Swami Vivekananda had realized the truth. He used the tremendous power of Mauna for the well-being of humans. Next slide, please. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Manaprasada Saumyatva Maunam Atma Vinigraham. Next slide, please. Manaprasada Saumyatvam Maunam Atma Vinigraham Bhava Sanshuddhiritetat Tapo Manasam Uchyate. Manaprasada, that is serenity of mind. Saumyatva, that is gentleness. Silence, mauna. Atma vinigraha, that is self-restraint. And purity of thought, bhava sanshuddhihi, is constitute iti etat tapaha manasam uchyate. This is a mental penance. Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana are the ways to attain Atma Sakshatkara, that is self-realization. Manana is Mauna, which helps a person concentrate on God. It is of three types. Let us see what those three types are. Akara Mauna, Kashtha Mauna, and Nirvasana Mauna. Akara Mauna is the first stage of Mauna. Here, some people are seen observing Mauna on one particular day. All the Vyavahara is managed by gestures without talking. The thought process in mind goes on, but they observe Mauna. Second one is Kashtha Mauna. This is the second stage where there is no communication in any way. The person is kashthavat, like a wooden log, without any feeling or any vasana, that is desire. The mind is fully concentrated on God. Here, the samskara shesha vasana still remains in the mind. And the third one, the beautiful one, is nirvasana mauna. In this kind of mauna, the samskara shesha vasana is dispelled out of the mind. The vyavahara of deha, indriya, mana and buddhi still goes on. In Viveka Chudamani, Sri Shankaracharya says, Nasti nirvasanat maunat sukhakrut uttamam. There is nothing more pleasant than nirvasana mauna. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan says, Tulya ninda stutir mauni santushto yena kenachit aniketa sthiramatihi bhaktiman me priyo naraha. A person to whom praise and blames are alike. Tulya ninda stuti, who is silent, mauni, santushto yena kainachit, content with whatever comes. Aniketa, unattached to home. Sthiramatihi, he is firm in mind. Such kind of bhakta is dear to me. He is dear to me. In Brahma Sutra, Shankar Bhashya explains, when Badhva was questioned by Bashkali, he expounded the nature of Brahman to him by maintaining silence. By maintaining silence, he explained. When asked repeatedly, he said, I teach you indeed, but you do not understand. The Atman is silence. Upashanto ayam Atma. In Dakshinamurti Stotram, Sri Shankaracharya says, Chitram Vatataror Mule Vruddha Shishya Guror Yuva Gurostu Maunam Vyakhyanam Shishyaha Chinna Samshayaha. Behold, under the banyan tree are seated the aged disciples and the youthful teacher, that is Shiva. It is strange indeed. The teacher instructs them only in silence, which in itself is sufficient to clear the disciples' doubts. I praise Sri Dakshinamurti, my youthful teacher, who through silent instructions reveals the truth of Brahma. He is surrounded by aged disciples who themselves are mighty sages devoted to Brahman. Buddha once asked, he said to his disciple, I will ask you the best question. I will ask you the best question and you give me the best answer. You give me the best answer. The disciple said, yes, I understood the question and that itself is the best answer. I understood the question and that itself is the best answer. It is said earlier, Mauna is Manana. In Manana, there is no connection with the outside world, but there is dialogue with self. That is Swa Samvada, dialogue with self. So, in that state, one can analyze a difficult situation and can find a way to deal with it. This mode of Mauna was followed by Gandhiji. He followed this for purification of mind. Acharya Vinoba Bhave practiced Mauna but he expressed himself by writing on the slate, thereby reducing efforts. Klesha of Vani are reduced. Samartha Ramadasa Swami, in his Grantharaj Dasabodha, while advising the good ways of successful life, gives prime importance to Mauna. If you come across a Durjana, Khala, a person who does not listen to your good advice and is very adamant, then don't waste time in convincing him. It is useless. He will never be convinced. Keep Mauna. What you do, you keep Mauna and move away from it. खळ दुर्जन भेटला क्षमेचा धीर बुडाला. He has also pardoned him many times, but still the person is very adamant. क्षमेचा धीर बुडाला तरी मौनेची स्थळ त्याग केला पाहिजे साधके. Next slide, please. A learned person assumes mauna in the company of fools, knowing that his arguments will not be understood by them. कोलाहले काककुलस्य जाते विराजते कोकिलकूजनं किं परस्परं संवदन्तां खलानां मौनं विधेयं सततं सुधीभिः. It means when the crows croak, will the sweet voice of the kokila have the desired effect? No. Similarly, when all the bad people talk among themselves, the intelligent people should observe Mauna, because he will not be given listening. Also, a person who knows that he is not so learned, here he knows that he is not so learned, he assumes Mauna in the gathering of the learned. He assumes Mauna in the gathering of the learned. The God has made this one good quality available to him to cover his ignorance. Here, Mauna is used to cover, achadana, to cover or to hide ignorance. By keep observing Mauna here may increase his pratishtha. You don't know. That is Swayattam Ekanta Gunam Vidhatra Vinirmitam, Chadanam Ajnanatayaha Visheshadaha Sarvavidam Sabhayam Bhushanam Maunam Apanditanam. Bhagavan Shri Krishna explains, the best in everything is he himself. The best in everything is he himself. Maunam chaivasmi guhyanam. The best way to keep guhya secret is mauna. Talkativeness can sometimes be atmaghataka, self-destructive. The poet says, because of the sweet talk, the singing birds, Shuka and Sarikas, lose their freedom. They are kept in the cage by the people. Whereas bakas, cranes, they don't talk. So they enjoy freedom. Nobody wants them to keep in the cage. Thus, mauna could be means of achieving everything. Maunam sarvartha sadhanam. Atmanaha gunadoshena badhyante shuka sarikaha. Shuka and sarikas are badhyante because of their own gunadosha. Bakaha tatra na badhyante. Bakas there are not tied up in the cage. Here, mauna, this is how mauna is sarvartha sadhanam. Mauna, next slide please. Mauna can be the best way of dialogue. Maune sarvam pratishtitam. Maune sarvam pratishtitam. It is ashaya ghana, rich in the contents, and is through heart. Shabde vina samvadu. In this dialogue, you don't have to use words, because the feelings from the heart are directly conveyed to the person whom they are to be conveyed. ये हृदयेचे ते हृदयी. This is dialogue without words. शब्दे विण संवादू. In Mahabharata Shanti Parva, Hamsa Gita says, silence is better than speech. Silence is better than speech. Avyharutam vyarutat shreya ahuhu. While declining to give in charity to a mendicant, there are 6 ways to convey it. Very interesting. First way, see the verse goes like this: Maunam kalavilambascha prayanam bhumi darshanam bhrukuti anyamukhi varta nakara shadvida smrutaha. These are to keep silent, maunam, kalavilambascha, to delay, to go away, move from there, prayanam, look down at the ground, that is bhumi darshanam. Bhrukuti, to raise the eyebrows, and to talk to somebody else. Ignore him completely so that automatically he will move away from you. In friendship, the dialogue is the first step. But when the friendship breaks, what happens? The dialogue ceases first. Katti. When relations are strained, Mauna is more painful than anything else. It is better to have an open fight rather than Mauna. We experience this when a dear person does not talk. It is more painful. Similarly, anullekha, ignoring, not mentioning or deliberately observing Mauna is also a kind of torture. Simply torture. Next slide, please. Upanishad says, Hitam bruyat, mitam bruyat. Here, mitam means only as much required, not more, not less. If you talk more, its meaning is diluted. It does not have the desired effect. And if you talk less, the meaning may not be clear. We have observed this when a child makes some mistake, you scold him. If you keep on scolding him for a long time, there is no effect on him. It is better to restrict your scolding. Now, not to talk when a person is required to talk is also not good. Not to talk when you are required to talk is not good. For example, when a dear friend is in difficulty and you do not talk to help him, such a maun is detrimental to the friendship. In Mahabharata, when Draupadi was being disrobed, the celebrated teachers like Dronacharya and Krupacharya, as well as the patriarch of the Kurus, Bhishma, all kept quiet. All kept quiet, owing to the false sense of prestige and indebtedness to the royal family. Dhritarashtra knew Duryodhana was wrong, but he also kept quiet. Such a maun with a bad intention in the mind results in disaster. And there was a disaster. To not talk and hide information about the crime also becomes a crime. If a person happens to witness a crime and does not divulge the information to the police, such a maun is also a crime. It is punishable under the law. Just as there is an act of commission, this becomes an act of omission. Mauna is a great power when used at a right place and at a right time. It is for the well-being of the world. In politics, political silence is considered to be very good quality. We have seen some of the politicians use this quality effectively. This penance of Mauna is beneficial for human beings throughout life, especially in the old age when the physical activities are slowed. At this stage, one should not pay attention to the Vyavahara of young people, but observe Mauna. Observing Mauna at this stage and concentrating mind on God, trying to attain bliss, helps people live happily. Here, I have discussed the concept of Mauna, how it is distinct from ordinary silence, the effects of Mauna, its advantages and disadvantages. Now, I prefer not to talk any further but to observe Mauna and end this discussion. I wish everyone happiness and peace. सर्वेपि सुखिनः सन्तु, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्. शुभं भवतु.